Clinic 5 Addiction Recovery. Addiction doesn't look like you think.
My name is Brittany. I'm a person just like you are, except for I am a recovering addict. I found hope and I found healing here at Clinic 5 with the help of the amazing staff and doctors. I see my future bright. I actually see a future now.
Clinic 5 Addiction Recovery. Addiction doesn't look like you think. Call 256-952-2709 or visit us online at clinic5.com.
Hey folks, welcome to KAPOW. Jeff Underwood, J.Do. White. What's up, buddy?
Yo, this is probably the most anticipated show of the year. If we're being truly serious,
Right.
this is probably one of the topics that we've had the most talk about over the years from your times on, and it'll be way highly rated because Trent's not with us today. So none of the distraction. This is all business today.
Business, yeah.
Nobody needs an introduction to Miss Jenny, but you want to, introduce your guest.
Okay, well, I'm Jeannie Thrasher with Clinic 5 Addiction Recovery, and this is Heather Daniels, and she is the medical assistant there.
She's way more than that.
She's
Wait,
way more-
let's be fair.
She's also my sidekick. Anytime I go anywhere, I pull her with me.
Whew, that's a tough job.
Yes,
I'm the talker.
she's the talker.
I've been his sidekick for 30 plus years, and I've resigned. So it's coming a day. You're going to do it on your own one of these days.
No, he can't resign.
So we've had you on a couple times to talk about Clinic 5 and just the great things that happen there. I'm a product of recovery and those types of things myself, but you're on here today to talk about a new device that is revolutionary. I read up on it last night a lot. This thing's complicated, but yet simple when it comes to the putting it on and then the application of this thing. So let's talk about this device and what this is. I'm excited about it.
Okay, well, I'll tell you first how we came about it. So it's FDA approved, and Gabriella, my daughter that works for us, she actually came to me and she said, we need to do this. Nobody is doing it. And so we said, well, let's do a little research. We all got trained on it. The first people in the state of Alabama to do it
That's
was Clinic
amazing.
5.
Heck
We're
yeah.
so excited about it. I think other people are doing it now. I'm not real sure how many, but we have people come from Kentucky, Georgia, Florida, Arkansas.
You just named all the moonshining states. Coincidence? I don't know.
Gosh.
I didn't know that, but we've had 100% success off of
That's
it. We've
amazing.
been doing it 2 years.
Non-surgical.
Mm-mm.
No?
No. Heather will tell you the details about
Yeah.
it because she's the one that actually places it on them. But no, it's very simple procedure. You wear it for 5 days.
That's
it
great.
cuts off. It takes you through withdrawals within the first 10 minutes. In the first 30, you're completely through
That's
all your
incredible.
withdrawals.
So explain how that works, how that bridge device works when it comes to that,
Okay.
that process.
So the way that it does work is like, if you can see right here, these are like teeny tiny needles, and you place those on these spots, which are probably like pressure point spots. Each time that they are placed on, once you do the next one, you no longer feel the one before that. So it's kind of not misfiring like missing, but it's a constant, just
Right.
do. So they are getting like these electro pulses and shocks sent to their brain. It's the area of the brain where they would feel withdrawal symptoms and pain, and it's pretty much distracting your brain from feeling that. Kind of like a TENS unit. Like if your back's really hurting and you put that on there and it's kind of shocking it. And at first it's uncomfortable and it hurts, and then you get to where you don't even notice you're wearing it. You don't feel it, and you don't feel your back hurting anymore. And that's kind of how this thing works. Like it's going to that part of the brain from where withdrawal happens, and it's sending those waves through. It's like through the back and to the front where all of those nerves are where pain hits. So they say that within 30 minutes your withdrawals have subsided by like up to 90-something%.
That's incredible.
Let's backtrack just a touch for people who don't understand what withdrawals look like, or kind of what that experience is. Kind of talk about what that is without the unit. What is withdrawals?
I mean, they are soaking wet with sweat, chills, vomiting, diarrhea, body joint aches.
Like your honeymoon.
Yeah.
Basically.
Goosebumps on the skin. Their pupils may be a different size, yawning. I mean, every literally
Host of things, yeah.
symptom of being like flu-like basically is what they're dealing with. And it's something that lasts, it's constant, and it lasts for days, depending on what it is and how long it stays in your system, a week, maybe even more than that. And, this works for 5 days.
So what specific addictions would this device help with?
Right
Any?
now it's being used for opiate addiction.
Okay, okay.
That's what it's being used for, is
Right.
anyone that's on any type of opiate, whether that's pain medication or illicit, like street drugs.
So this is, if somebody's serious, I mean, I'm dead serious. I want to get off opioids or whatever is going on. This is the device.
I would 100% do that. I would put this on myself, on my family members, anybody that we care about. It's just a miracle that we've watched it, and we know it works.
What's incredible to Jerry and I, as we talk about everything, things we shouldn't talk about, but this is one of the things we should. It boggles my mind that this is not the device that is on every television commercial, that is on every Facebook reel or Instagram reel or Twitter X or whatever, that this is not front page of everything.
Right.
Is there let's just be honest, is there a reason that we're not seeing that? Other from people like you guys that are out there saying, hey, this is what you need?
Yeah, I mean, to me, there's a couple of reasons why. It's expensive. It's FDA approved, but insurance does not approve it, so you have to pay for it out of pocket.
Right.
And then for like a clinic like us, that's not like us, I guess, it's not a moneymaker.
Right.
So you get them one time,
where I was
and
going.
that's it. And so it's not repeat business. You don't want it to be repeat business. We don't.
Yeah.
We love when people come in one time and then we can send them off to counseling, or if they need MAT, we prefer Vivitrol injection, which is a non-opioid medicine. You would not want to do this and then get put back on an opioid medicine.
Something you're going to have to come right back off of.
Yeah.
So what we've seen, and Jerry and I work with for years, homeless population, and I do a lot of counseling and with the homeless community. And the majority of the people, my clients or friends that I call them that are homeless, majority, not all, are addicted to some type of opioid or some type of drug. And they're going to, not you guys, but they're going to other places, let's just put it that way, to continue getting that fix, I guess, would be the thing. And they're never really coming off completely of their addiction. They're trading one addiction for another. And what we see with your Facebook page and the testimonials that you guys put out, your job, your desire, your calling is to get people free from addiction and not perpetuate the cycle. And I think that's the difference from what you've explained a year ago or two, or even Trent, that your job is not to perpetuate the cycle, it's to free them of addiction.
We've been open 7 years this past May, and it's never been our goal to keep someone for their entire lifetime. From the day one when we started it, we said we want to make a difference in people's life, and we want them to make a difference in their community, their family, and this not be a crutch for them for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
And they can get there. It takes some people longer than others. That's perfectly fine. It doesn't matter how long it takes you, as long as you get there. But to have to go through withdrawals to get on medicine or not get on medicine is so difficult.
Yeah.
Most people can't do it.
Yeah.
So this right here just gives them that opportunity to get there. And that's one reason Massimo, the company that makes it, it's called The Bridge. which makes perfect sense because it's the bridge too.
Yeah.
The bridge to something else. We had the opportunity, we got invited to go to California, was it 2 weeks ago? I think. We found out on a Wednesday and we left on a Thursday and came home on a Friday. So we were kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But President Clinton was there. He has the Clinton Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
We got to meet with them. The founder, Joe Chiani of Massimo, everybody was incredibly nice to us. And they're doing huge things. They are definitely trying to make a difference in the world. And they're coming out with a new one at the end of this year that's going to be smaller. You can wear it, you will wear it a little longer. So it's not even going to look like that. Like you could go to work, you can go to church, you can do whatever. Nobody's even going to, it looks like a hearing aid or whatever, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's that kind of technology that's going to really make a difference, I think, in people's lives that's going through addiction.
That's what I really like even about this one though, is like you would not see this device on a person and automatically be like, oh, drug addict.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
It doesn't look anything associated to that. If anything, like she said, it looks like a hearing aid or maybe something for, you know, migraines or just anything. And the good thing about it too is like if you're a single parent or you don't have any family or you don't have insurance or something, you can't go to detox. Like you can't go be in a hospital for 7 days, or you might have a job that's like, you know, what's going on? Why can't you come to work for a week? Or, you know, with this, you can still do everything you need to do. You can still take care of your kids. You can still go to work. You can still do all the things, and nobody even knows what's going on because, I mean, there are plenty of addicts that you can tell really need the help and are suffering, but there's a lot of functioning addicts.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
That you know, a lot of people don't even know they have a problem, and then they don't want to tell somebody that they do, so then how do they come off of it? Because then they have to say, oh, and by the way, I have a problem.
Have you been to Walmart lately?
Hmm?
This wouldn't even get noticed. If you see the people at Walmart, that's not even going to come up. So again, it is the bridge. So this isn't the end all be all. This isn't the cure. This doesn't fix the problem.
No.
But this is an amazing way for somebody who wants to take that step, because I know detox from watching movies, right? It looks like it sucks. I'll be honest with you. It does not look pleasant in any way. I've came off of caffeine. I mean, that's the closest I can come to it. You know?
Yeah.
And it wasn't good, right? Headaches and starting fights with the wife or with Jeff. Give me your coffee, right? Sure. It's aggressive. But you mentioned counseling a couple times. Mm-hmm. How important is that process of the process?
Well, it's huge. I feel like everybody probably needs counseling if they
quit judging me, Jenny.
Addiction.
She does know you, that's for sure.
But it's just one thing it does, it keeps them accountable. It keeps it in the forefront of what is happening in their life. Most of our patients that have gone through our program, they're still with us. They want to give their testimony. Like that's part of it. They want to give back. Counseling helps them get to that point.
We remember Willie, you know.
I love Willie.
Yeah, I mean that was a great story. You guys have tons of those kind of stories.
We do.
Which is just what makes you guys different. It is. So, any idea why insurance won't pay for this?
It hasn't been around long enough. There's not enough data.
Do we see a path where that could happen?
Yes, yeah. And they said that too when we were in California, that, you know, that's one thing they're doing is trying to collect data to get it approved. But they're also trying to get the cost of it down. So the new device, they said, will be a little cheaper.
Yeah. Is there organizations out there that have funds to help pay for people who can't afford this yet?
There's tons of organizations out there. Everybody's friend Joe Taylor. Mm-hmm. He's given us money to spend for people in Rainbow City. Yeah. We are just waiting for somebody to come, you know, that needs the help. Yeah. We also work real close with CED Fellowship, Family Life, New Life for Women. They all have the SOARS grant, so we can treat anybody with that, which is free to them. Every city in Etowah County has opioid money. They can give it to us.
Yeah. Yeah, whoa.
We'll spend
Why
it.
not?
I'm telling
Yeah.
you, we will spend it just on their citizens.
But this has not been written into the grant yet,
Oh, I got you. Okay.
which the guy we spoke to in California, I think, is on it. He seemed like he was.
Well, he actually sent me an email the other day,
He did?
and it is in there that
Yes, they got
a device is recognized.
Breaking news right here on
Yeah.
There
KAPOW.
you go.
Yeah,
That's
and then
awesome.
Etowah
First.
County too. We do a lot with Terry Fosbury. She's been on the show.
Yeah, she's awesome, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so she's
funny.
actually just written a grant, and she wrote some devices in it.
That is awesome.
So for people who wouldn't believe you or don't know, there's a huge opioid problem in Etowah County. It's just not in the movies. It's not in the big cities. It's even in our beautiful Rainbow City.
It is.
And you guys see it. I know people like Jamie Grant. Obviously, he's a big proponent. He owns AMED now, and some of the stories I hear from that his people tell is it's sad.
Yeah.
It's absolutely sad, and it's not people you would think necessarily, right? It's not you think drug addicts. You think a homeless person in the street with a needle. It's not like that. You use the term functioning. There's a lot of that going on.
Right. And that's one thing too we've always focused on at Clinic 5 is not to show that side of it. You know, we want to show the positive side. We want to show where you can get to.
Yeah.
You'll never see a needle or a spoon or anything advertised with Clinic 5.
Good.
It doesn't matter to us where you came from. It just matters where you're going to be.
What got you into this?
Oh my gosh, you know who my husband is.
I do, and I'm not talking about just from a business standpoint, because you could open a business, right? You guys could do whatever anywhere in the country. You guys chose to base here, open your businesses here, new images. We never talk about that one, by the way, but everybody loves new images.
Everybody loves new images.
Nothing to do with Miss Cluntz, nothing at all. She's not the reason.
She's pretty good though.
Just kidding. We love her. We go way back. Etowah connection, way back. But so you guys could be anywhere, do anything, but you chose to start a business like this. Like Jeff and I talk about all the time. It's a ministry. 100% a ministry.
Well, it started out as a business. Trent actually came to me and Gabriella saying, we need to do this. And we said, you've lost your mind. We're not going to do that. We don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
And he just kind of, you know how he does, he just keeps on. So when we finally said yes, I was like, the only way I'll do it is I've got to learn everything about it. Everything I can learn before
Sure.
I do it. And it did not take long to where it absolutely just took over our hearts. Like it wasn't a business. It wasn't going to work. We just really wanted to help people.
Yeah.
And when you see the difference in somebody that comes in and they're so sick and distraught and then you see them 2 weeks later and
Yeah.
they're a completely different person, like how can you not want to be here, not want to help?
It's certainly your passion. What got you into the industry?
Well, my ex-husband was actually an addict.
First-hand experience.
He was
Yeah.
military and everything was prescribed, and then it just kind of snowballed from there, and we had a child together, and it just destroyed our family, and it has been very hard and really affected my daughter's life even to this day. And so I went to school for drug and alcohol and got my degree in that because I was so invested in being a fixer. Like I thought if I could just understand it, I can fix it.
Yeah.
And so by then we were divorced. I was still completing the program, and I had people say, well, they usually like to talk to people who have been in active addiction that can understand people, and I'm like, well, I wasn't on that side of it, but I can tell you that while he was probably numb 99% of the time, I felt it all. And I saw what it did, and I saw the damage that it caused for me, for him, for her, and it just kind of snowballs down the line. Like his whole family was affected, my family was affected, now she's affected. And so I was more in the sense of, if I can help anybody stray off that path and also be support for their family. Like, I always heard, like, I don't have to jump off a building to see what's going to happen when you hit the bottom. Like, just because I wasn't in active addiction myself, I saw what it did, and I know what it can do. And I know if you just do the work, you can be successful, and you can do great things, and you can get your family back, and you can get a great job, and you can get your kids and be a good parent. And I've seen so many people do that, even though it wasn't, you know, in the line of my situation. It still makes me happy to be a part of doing it for other people. It helps me heal. Like, I feel like it was a healing journey for me too. At first, my teacher was like, I don't know if you going straight into this is the best idea. Like, you may hear something you've heard before and just attack them, like, you know, use that against them. And I was like, well, so I started out at Clinic 5 I was the lab girl, so I just did like the urine specimens. And I mean, I knew that's really, I knew that's what
recruited. It's NIL. You know, we know what that is.
Well, I knew, I was like, you know, if I can't work there, at least I'm still in the environment. I'm still getting connected to these people. I'm still, you know, I'm still a part of their journey. And then she stole me, and it's just, I've been at Clinic 5 now. You said 7 years. I think it's been 8.
Has it been 8?
I think October, because I started when Harlow was 6 weeks old. She'll be 8 in September.
Oh, then it has.
So I've been at Clinic 5 for 8 years, but
wow.
I think she stole me. I've been, I think, with them for like 6.
Yeah.
Stole or sold?
Stole me.
She
From
sold you on the
lab
idea.
company.
You got to watch the Thrashers. You get sold.
No, but, so that got me started, and I honestly don't see myself doing anything else. I really don't.
Jeannie's glad to hear that. Well, every time she talks about the girls and you in particular, no different than when she's talking about her daughters, to be honest. She loves you guys. And she talks about, off the record, you want to work for the Thrashers because it's family.
It is.
That's the way it is, for sure.
And it's not like work. It really isn't. I mean,
Try working with
obviously-
your pastor. It's like work.
Try working with him.
It doesn't feel like a job, which, you know, they say, you know, do something you love, and then it won't seem like work.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, do something just for money, and it'll always be a job, but it doesn't feel like work. Like, we're all very close. We always have been. And then our relationship with our patients is not just, you know, sign in, we'll see you in a minute, get out of here. You know, it's just different. It doesn't feel like a job at all.
Your story is incredible. So go back. You mentioned your clients, your patients, your friends, whatever, because I think they probably become friends and family. And it's more when somebody comes in to the clinic or calls, or maybe somebody's watching today or will watch later on down the road, and they want to be free, but they're a business person, or they're a minister, or a school teacher, or an administrator, or just somebody that has to keep up the persona of I've got everything together, a husband, a wife, whatever, a kid, and they're scared. They're scared to walk in that door and sit there and have what if somebody notices me? What if somebody sees me and then it ruins my teacher job or my whatever professional job? I'm an attorney in town. We know several, I think you do as well, that are codependent on some things, or dependent, functioning people.
Yeah.
What do you say to that person that is watching or that will watch about confidentiality and how that works when they come in that front door, or maybe call for a consultation? How does that work for them?
Well, we try to be we're very open to it. So we have a back door. We bring people in our back door all the time, put them in a treatment room.
Yeah, we've dealt with that before.
Yeah, and they can park in another parking lot. We also offer telehealth. So after that initial consultation, and they meet with us, which doesn't even have to be during a doctor hours. Like, they can come in. You mentioned earlier, you came the other day and it was packed. You've been there before and it wasn't. So if we're not seeing patients, that would be the day for them to come in and just sit down and talk to us. We give them a tour of the building, and I know you noticed the other day we have pictures of all of our patients
it was awesome.
everywhere.
Heck yeah.
But we try to do that, just, you know, be very respectful to them, their situation. And then they could do telehealth after that and do, with our doctor and come in on an off day to do their drug screen and get their medicine or something. So it's a simple solution.
I do a lot of consultations with people, and we'll do it on a day that we don't have patients,
Yeah.
and so they can come in and go into a room with me with the door shut, tell me everything. I explain to them exactly how it's going to work, and a lot of times them actually coming through the door, seeing what the clinic looks like, going ahead and meeting everybody, knowing what the steps are, how it's going to be. Usually, they're sold. They're
sure.
This is not like any other doctor's office I've ever been to. And what makes me really sad is when someone just calls and wants information over the phone. That's very often too. 95% of the time at the end of the phone call, they're crying and saying, thank you so much for being so nice and answering my questions and talking to me, because I've literally called every clinic around and they were so rude.
That's
Or they wouldn't, they couldn't get me in immediately, or they just were hateful. They didn't want to answer any of my questions, and that I'm like, why be in the business if you don't want to do that? If you don't want to help, you don't even want to answer a question.
Yeah.
About
That's sad.
That's usually what turns people away. They're like, forget it.
Yeah.
I'll just go back to what I was doing.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this, the people that we have had that say that, I can't be seen, I gotta sneak in the back door, after a couple of times, and they do, when you came by to visit with me the other day, you're like, golly, this place is nice. It's not like what you think it is, and it's not.
Well, we've all
People
been
are
in the
so
doctor's
nice.
office, and you sign in, and they won't even look at you, and the atmosphere is just, I don't want to be here. Just for a regular doctor's office. But you walk in here, but when my wife and I walked in the other day, because you guys are always so friendly at the front and smiling and look up and greet you, but the patients or clients or whatever, there were some outside, they're saying hello to us, they got the door for us. I mean, it's, you could see their stories in their lives, but they were all just so, the atmosphere, it wasn't a heavy, depressing atmosphere like you get if you
And
go
I'll
to
tell
certain
you,
places.
this is funny too. We have a group, I think there's 5 of them. So we open at 8:30. Our doctor comes in at 10. They are there, this group of 5 are there at 8:15 to hang out and have coffee and
It's the Jack's crew.
It is.
Jack
Play
Cliff.
pranks on each other.
yeah.
Pretty awesome.
They,
Heck yeah.
they try to be the first to say, if they're in a competition, they're like, I beat you.
That's so funny.
Yeah, so that's their meeting place to catch up.
So can we get Trent to work there one day a month? Just get him all scrubbed out and.
No.
I don't know if I want to see Trent Scrubs. He looks better in that construction outfit.
He does. Now, he does have scrubs.
I can't picture in scrubs. That's so funny.
Yeah, he has scrubs.
Y'all playing MASH at home? He can be.
MASH.
He can be Hawkeye.
Gosh.
You don't know what that show is. You're so young.
It'd be Pierce. He would be
It'd
Pierce.
Yeah, he'd be Hawkeye Pierce. It's so funny. Anything else going on at Clinic 5? You guys are everywhere. I mean, if there's something to sponsor, you guys are going to sponsor. You care about your community. You're always doing something. Bring back the chocolate festival. You'll sponsor it. Joe Taylor.
We would, for sure. We would have a little Clinic 5 chocolate.
Even without the festival,
that
we
could be a
can work that in.
Yeah.
How was it working with Joe Taylor? Because
They're incredible. Rainbow City's incredible.
Yeah.
They, do anything that we ask. We have questions, anything like that. They're just very open to everything that we do there. And most everybody is. Larry Means is also a wonderful person.
no doubt.
Craig Ford is. Southside, everybody is just so nice to us here.
3 out of 4 ain't bad.
Yeah, he's right.
Sorry.
Sorry. But we also get out and we talk to people.
Dude.
We do this. We want to get the word out. Tonight we're all having dinner tonight for at the Rail to learn a little bit more about Vivitrol.
Okay.
So we're doing that after work.
That's fantastic.
And then, I saw John Moore yesterday, and I was like, hey,
John,
You
it cracks me up, man.
Remember who we are. But
Yeah.
anybody could help.
Sure.
We do a lot on our own. You know, Trent has, y'all know how big of a heart he has.
Yeah.
We make fun of him, but he gives more than he receives
No
always.
doubt.
And so we try to also do that there too. But if you're a church, it doesn't have to be even have to be a city. If you're a church and you have somebody in your church that you want them to get help, you can sponsor them. You know,
Absolutely.
I promise you, you will be happy with the outcome with them if they come to Clinic 5.
Last thing on Joe Taylor that I'm done. It may or may not be true that the only reason they pushed the Alabama Pizza Company to open right there so you guys could have a quick, easy lunch.
Well, Trent
That's
and
what
I
I
went
heard.
yesterday and had lunch there.
It's the best lunch in town. I mean, it's so quick and simple. And
Their salad.
go back and watch our pizza review. We did a pizza review when they first opened. It was a pretty good show.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, they're good.
And then
Hey.
we quit eating pizza.
Yeah, we got on a diet, and now I just have to scrape the toppings off
That's
of
right.
it, and they're just so good. So there's more than just you two ladies that work there.
There is.
Let's talk about some of those other people. Then we'll let Jeff close this thing out.
Well, we have a awesome staff right now. So I have 2 physicians there that's been with me since the very beginning. Dr. Harrell, he's been in addiction recovery for I think now 15 years, and then everybody knows Dr. Griffith.
Yes.
Chuck Griffith. He's amazing. He actually works at New Image also,
Yeah.
but he has such a caring heart that everybody absolutely loves him. My office manager is Cherie. She came from Tennessee. She just started with us in December,
Oh yeah.
but she's incredible. Allie Klontz, which is Deidre's daughter.
Yeah.
I stole her from New Image. I mean,
Well,
I'm
if-
not
Stole her
ashamed
from
to steal.
Yeah, I used to for
Yeah.
yourself. I mean, that's
Yeah, but they loved her at New Image, and
that whole family
I
is incredible.
persuaded her to come over, and she's that calming person. What did she grad? She graduated with a degree in. I'm gonna get it wrong. Allie's gonna be mad.
I know it's like her counseling degree, and she just got into the master's program,
Oh.
so she'll be finishing that up. But I don't know like if it's like science, like health science or psychology or.
Yeah, but I feel like this is her passion too,
That's awesome.
and so she's gonna hopefully stay with us forever and do wonderful things. But everybody loves her. We have a new girl. Her name is Farron. She is like the cheerleader of the group, and
Okay.
she's actually graduating in August with her RN.
Oh.
So we're growing. We're growing.
Heck yeah.
We would love to expand. You know, like maybe go outside of Etowah County a little bit. I think we could do that.
People ask me that all the time.
Yeah.
You guys can do anything you want.
I mean, I just think when I say we, it's really this group of girls in
Sure.
my office. They just do such an amazing job and make everybody feel so comfortable that why wouldn't you want to do it someplace else? You know, they
Makes
make it
sense.
easy. They make life easy.
That's good to have. I wouldn't know. Okay,
There's
before
a ton of folks.
before we get out of here, go ahead and let's plug some of the other Thrasher businesses. I
Okay.
mean, Trent Thrasher
Let's do it.
Construction's
Trent
amazing. New
Thrasher
Images,
Construction is amazing.
Fully Loaded.
Fully Loaded is on fire. That was the company we thought.
Ha! Dumpster fire, get it?
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
I was wondering if he's gonna get that.
Yeah.
But it is. It just took off. You know, that was just supposed to be Trent's little
Side project.
side thing, and it's just really taken off. The people that work for us in that company, I'm telling you, love every one of them.
No
I
doubt.
don't know how we're getting so many good people to work for us. It's just incredible.
Because y'all are good people
That's
to work for.
exactly. See, that's coming from somebody who works there. That's incredible.
I mean,
Yeah.
it is. We're building. We're starting to do some apartments, shopping center, like you know, in Rainbow City.
Mhm.
A lot of good things coming there.
Mhm.
Good restaurant.
I'm excited about the
coming.
outdoor venue.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. So we're really excited.
I have a giant working for Fully Loaded too.
They do.
He's huge.
Well,
We got our Fully Loaded dumpster here at the.
you notice when you
office,
pulled
yeah.
up? It's right,
Yeah.
right up
Yeah,
there.
that's yesterday.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Druid Park, don't put your stuff in it.
Oh, they going to wait till Christmas time. Hurry up and get those locks.
Yeah, quick, because Druid Park people. Wait, I'm Druid Park people.
You are.
Never mind.
Never
You're
mind.
the culprit. The bridge device. It offers a new ray of hope for those that are looking for a way out of addiction, and it is that bridge that gets you from the withdrawals part of, and which is the worst.
That's what keeps them.
I know, right? I know that for a fact with my own life. When it comes to alcohol, that's the worst part of it. So, guys, you got to give them a call. City of Gadsden, it's time to rise up. I'm saying this, not them. It's time. We have a huge problem with opioid in the city of Gadsden, and it's time. Instead of just taking them to the St. Clair County line and dropping them off and telling them never come back, let's get them fixed. Let's get them help. Let's get them hope. And I just want to say thank you guys from what I do in my life and my call and working with people. We're not the type of church that we try to get them saved and that fixes everything. There's a whole lot of things. That's their soul. And then you get them transformed in their mind, and there's a lot of processes that go along with that. And addiction, you can be born again, you can be the best person in the world, you can be a Christian and all that jazz, but still struggle with addiction. And I know so many, and they hide it because they think that's not what people of God do. That's totally false. That stigma is false. People that are Christian, whatever, because we have a lot of Christians that watch our show, and that's what this county says they are. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder. But when I look at people like you guys, Trent texted me yesterday just out of the blue and said something to me. And that is what you get with your family, is you get people that he had no reason to text me, but he did. And I thought, that's the type of people you want to be in business with, you want to do life with, and I think that is kind of reflective of the people that are called to work at Clinic 5 and all these other businesses you have. You'll walk in and you'll feel like you matter. And so if you're struggling and you feel like you don't matter, I promise you do. You do to somebody. So fight through that struggle to make that initial call. Call Clinic 5. You can call them. I think it's at 256. Let me make sure that number's right. I'm going to get it wrong. 256-952-2709. Give them a call. They will walk you through the process, and they'll love you through it. I can guarantee it. Thank you, guys, for being with us. It's so good and refreshing. Stay close and stay